what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Match TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Match TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Match TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Match TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Yeah, buddy, that's right. Get exposure right now. Holler at the homie Paul Mash, man, for Paul Mash TV. Hit up Paul Mash TV across all social media sites, alright? Who we got next? Got next.
Well, hello everybody. It's Paul Mash TV time once again. And we're glad that you could join us today. And we got another great interview coming up in just a moment. But don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell right there on YouTube. And you're always going to get the latest interviews whenever they become available. So I hope you do that. And be sure to leave us a comment. And speaking of the comment section, there'll probably be one comment there for you to check out our caps and t-shirts. And you can order one of those. So we hope you do that for us. And if you're on Facebook, go to facebook.com/Paul Mash TV, which is our official Paul Mash TV website on Facebook. And you can like the page and inbox us and comment everything you see. And we hope you do that for us. And you can also email us, paulmashtv, all one word, at gmail.com, which is not just for bands and solo artists wanting to be on the show. But we accept fan mail at that same email address, so we hope to hear from you soon there. And we have an official web address as well, and all those things will be repeated at the end of the closing credits, so we'll stay tuned for that. If you watched Step by Step back in the 90s, between 91 and 98, there was a sitcom called Step by Step. And our next guest was a cast member of that show. Her name is Angela Watson. She played Karen Foster, the daughter of Suzanne Summers on the show. And she's now a recording artist, and I think you're really going to like this interview. So we'll get to that in just a minute, but here's a quick word from ClickJam. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
We got history, got me feeling the nostalgia when you look at me, thinking about what could.
All right, everybody, it's interview time again, and we got a special treat for you today from the Fort Myers, Florida area. We have Angela Watson. She played Carol Foster on the hit sitcom back in the 90s called Step by Step, and she's now a recording artist, and we're going to spend a little time with her. Thanks for being on the show, Angela.
Oh, thanks for having me, Paul.
Yeah, no problem. It's a real honor to be talking to you right now. So how did it all begin as far as your music career? I mean, did you ever keep it secret from the other cast at the time, or how did that start?
Probably not. I didn't, like my husband can tell you, I just love singing all the time. So I think I just probably sang whenever I could. And I grew up in Illinois. My grandmother, she was a singer, you know, in a little country band with her brother and sisters. They were self-taught. And so I grew up listening to Dolly Parton and Loretta Lynn in the back of our motorhome on the 8-track going to Florida. And so I always loved that. And then actually I was a tap dancer, and my mom entered me into pageants when I was younger. And the singer would always beat the dancer, no matter, you know, how good they were. It just seemed like that was the way. And so being a dancer, I couldn't win the talent portion. And I told my mom, I want to win that portion, so I'm going to sing. And that's when kind of things took off, when I did sing and I won. And I was pretty successful in the pageants, winning like 200 trophies and over 60 crowns in just a couple of years down in Florida. And a manager heard about me and modeling and, you know, winning these contests, and said I should go to California. So my parents took me there when I was 13 or 14 years old.
Okay. Well, that's quite a story there. And
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're happy doing that. And well, what was, I mean, I think you probably already mentioned it anyway, but what are some of the influences that
Yes.
motivated you in your singing and songwriting and so forth?
Absolutely. Well, my grandmother, she would always sing the Cowboy Sweetheart song, or Willie Nelson, Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain, or Angel Flying Too Close to the Ground. So I really have country roots that I grew up listening to, but then of course, you know, I love Elvis and then like rock and roll and all of that. So I kind of have a big range of influence. The first song I wrote was about my grandmother. We called her Mammy. That was the nickname my brother gave her. So my first song that I've written, it was called Mammy, and hopefully one day I will re-record it. I recorded it about in '94 in Nashville, but of course my voice was a very young voice at the time, so it has since matured, and I have had more, you know, vocal lessons and technique, and so who knows, I might record that again someday.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, those are pretty good influences you mentioned, and
Mhm.
I remember growing up listening to a lot of those bands.
Yes.
Um, so where can we find your music? I mean, I'm sure it's all streaming. I don't think you have any physical copies, but if you do, you can let me know that. But let us know where we can find
Right, it's all online, AngelaWatsonSings.com. So that's my official website, and you can see, like, this interview will be linked there to my Facebook, and then of course the music is on Spotify. And so the singing really happened. Some of, you know, your viewers might remember me from Step by Step, the 90s sitcom that I played Suzanne Summers' daughter, Patrick Duffy's stepdaughter. And the writers loved taking what we really enjoyed doing and our other talents and incorporating it into the show. So one of the first times I sang on the show was the mother and daughter beauty pageant with Suzanne Summers. We sang Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy.
you.
And then the writers, through the years, I really was into country, Winona Judd, Garth Brooks, Patty Loveless. So I wanted to sing Girls with Guitars and Blame It on Your Heart. So they picked those songs for me to perform. And of course, you go into the studio, you perform the song, and then you're lip syncing it when you're actually doing the show. So it's a whole different process than recording in a studio or going on tour and all of that. And so I've always just loved singing. And then I wanted to be back close to my family. So I moved back down here to Florida just a couple of years ago. And my then fiance went to the optometrist. We found out he is a songwriter from Oklahoma. He had never heard me sing. He didn't really know my show, but once he found out, he said, "Oh, I want you to sing my songs." So he wrote this great song, "We Love Santa Claus." And I didn't know what to think. You know, we're in this town in Florida and he wants me to record the song, but he has a friend who was a great studio in Fort Myers, Julian Sundby at the Fort Studios. And he had me go in there and record "We Love Santa Claus." And it was just really fun. And I think it's a catchy tune that will stick in your head, and kids love the song. And it's just real fun for the family tune.
Okay. Yeah, and as a matter of fact, that was the next question I was going to ask, because we'll watch that video in just a moment. But that's an interesting story. I guess I don't have to ask it now, I guess.
Sorry, I took away your job there for you.
Yeah, no problem. But yeah, and it is kind of interesting that we will be watching a Christmas video in September already, but
Right.
we don't mind, I guess. And like I said, the name of the song is "I Love Santa Claus," and
Yeah.
we'll be checking that out in just a moment. But
Great.
I think that's all we really need, Angela. We appreciate the time, and we'd love to have you back again sometime if you ever do have another song or something to plug for us.
Absolutely, I do. I went to Criteria Studios in Miami, and Eric Clapton recorded there. It's rumored that Margaritaville and some other great songs were recorded there, and big artists. So we just actually recorded another song, not a Christmas song, so we will definitely be back to tell you when that's ready to for your listeners to hear and for them to check out. So thank you.
Yeah, well, we'd love to have you back, and I guess we'll just go right into that video. Here is "I Love Santa Claus" right here on Paul Mash TV, so don't go away. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Here comes Santa Claus. Santa walks through silent snow while silver bells are ringing with their special Christmas chime.